The 21st century is witnessing a dramatic reshuffling of the global economic order. Nations that were once considered developing are now emerging as formidable players on the global stage. This shift is not just a fleeting trend, but a significant transformation that could redefine global power dynamics. Emerging economies are rapidly catching up with developed nations. Countries like China, Brazil, and India are making substantial progress in various sectors, from technology to agriculture. This rapid development is closing the gap between the traditional economic powerhouses and these rising stars. India, often labeled as the next economic superpower, is frequently compared to the United States. With its vast population, growing middle class, and increasing technological advancements, India is poised to play a crucial role in the global economy. The comparison between India and the US is not just about numbers, but also about potential and future prospects. The question on everyone's mind: can India actually surpass the US economy? This is a complex question that involves multiple factors, including economic policies, political stability, and social infrastructure. While the US has a long-established economic framework, India is still in the process of building and refining its own. While India has made remarkable strides, the road to becoming the world's largest economy is paved with significant challenges. Infrastructure development, poverty alleviation, and education are some of the critical areas that need attention. Moreover, India's economic growth must be inclusive, ensuring that the benefits reach all sections of society. This essay delves into the multifaceted factors influencing the economic trajectories of India and the US. It explores how historical contexts, current policies, and future strategies could shape the economic landscapes of these two nations. Understanding these factors is crucial for anyone interested in the future of global economics. By examining key indicators like GDP, innovation, infrastructure, demographics, political climate, and global influence, we can gain a comprehensive understanding of the economic strengths and weaknesses of both countries. These indicators provide a roadmap for what India needs to focus on to close the gap with the US. We can understand the magnitude of the gap and what India needs to do to close it. The journey is long and fraught with challenges, but with strategic planning and effective implementation, India has the potential to not only catch up with but also outpace the US economy in the future. The world is watching, and the stakes are high. The most straightforward measure of economic power is the gross domestic product, or GDP. It serves as a comprehensive scorecard of a country's economic health, reflecting the total value of all goods and services produced over a specific time period. In 2024, the US boasts a GDP of roughly $28 trillion, making it the largest economy in the world. This immense figure is a testament to the country's robust industrial base, technological advancements, and consumer spending power. In contrast, India's GDP stands at around $3.5 trillion. While this is a significant figure, it pales in comparison to the economic might of the United States. However, it's important to note that India's economy has been growing rapidly, driven by a young population, increasing urbanization, and a burgeoning tech sector. This stark difference highlights the long distance India needs to cover to match the economic output of the US. The gap is not just in numbers, but also in infrastructure, technological adoption, and overall economic maturity. While India's growth rate has often exceeded that of the US in recent years, this rapid growth comes from a lower base. The Indian economy has been expanding at an impressive rate, often clocking in growth rates of 7 to 8% annually, compared to the US's 2 to 3%. However, the sheer size of the American economy means that even a small percentage increase for the US translates into a substantial gain in absolute terms. For instance, a 2% growth in the US economy adds more value than a 7% growth in the Indian economy. Closing this gap requires sustained high growth in India, along with significant improvements in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. The country needs to foster an environment that encourages innovation, investment, and entrepreneurship. Achieving this feat is easier said than done. It requires coordinated efforts from the government, private sector, and civil society. India must navigate challenges such as bureaucratic red tape, corruption, and socioeconomic disparities to unlock its full potential and bridge the economic divide with the US. India has carved a niche for itself in the IT services sector. However, to truly compete with the US, innovation across diverse sectors is crucial. The US, particularly Silicon Valley, remains the global hub for groundbreaking technologies. From artificial intelligence to biotechnology, the US sets the pace. India needs to move beyond its strength in IT services and foster an ecosystem that encourages research, development, and the creation of high-value products. This shift requires substantial investment in education, research institutions, and a supportive regulatory environment. Robust infrastructure is the backbone of a thriving economy. The US enjoys a well-developed network of roads, railways, airports, and energy grids. This facilitates the smooth flow of goods, services, and people, boosting productivity and efficiency. In contrast, India grapples with significant infrastructural bottlenecks. Inadequate transportation networks, unreliable power supply, and bureaucratic hurdles hinder businesses and slow down economic progress. Bridging this infrastructure gap is essential for India to unlock its full economic potential. Section 5. The youthful giant population is a double-edged sword. India boasts a young and vibrant population, a demographic advantage over the aging US. This young workforce, if adequately skilled, has the potential to drive economic growth for decades to come. However, this advantage can quickly turn into a liability without proper education, skill development, and job creation. India faces a daunting task in equipping its burgeoning workforce with the skills needed for a 21st century economy. Failure to do so could lead to high unemployment and social unrest. Section 6. Policy matters, the invisible hand shaping growth. Economic policies play a critical role in fostering growth and attracting investment. The US has a long history of a stable and predictable regulatory environment, which has been instrumental in attracting both domestic and foreign investment. India, on the other hand, is often perceived as having a complex and bureaucratic system that can deter investment. Streamlining regulations, ensuring policy consistency, and tackling corruption are crucial steps for India to improve its ease of doing business. Section 7. The dollar's reign, currency, and global influence. The US dollar's dominance as the world's reserve currency gives the US an undeniable edge in the global economy. This allows the US to borrow at lower rates and gives it significant influence over international trade and finance. While the dollar's dominance is unlikely to disappear overnight, any erosion of its status could have implications for the US economy. India, despite its growing economic clout, does not yet possess a currency with the same global reach or influence as the US dollar. Section 8. India's path forward, unleashing the economic titan. Despite the challenges, India's economic aspirations are far from unattainable. The nation stands at a pivotal juncture, where its potential to become an economic powerhouse is within reach. The country possesses several inherent strengths: a large and growing domestic market, which provides a robust foundation for sustained economic growth. This market is not just vast, but also increasingly diverse, catering to a wide array of consumer needs and preferences. A young and driven workforce, eager to innovate and excel. This demographic dividend, if harnessed effectively, can drive the nation towards unprecedented growth and development, and a vibrant entrepreneurial spirit that permeates through its cities and towns. From bustling street vendors to cutting-edge startups, the spirit of enterprise is alive and thriving. To realize its full potential, India must focus on investing heavily in education and skill development to create a globally competitive workforce. This involves not just traditional education, but also vocational training and continuous skill upgradation to keep pace with global standards. Creating a more business-friendly environment by simplifying regulations and attracting foreign investment. Streamlining bureaucratic processes and ensuring ease of doing business will make India an attractive destination for global investors. Upgrading its infrastructure to improve connectivity, logistics, and power supply. Modern highways, efficient transportation networks, and reliable power supply are crucial for economic activities to flourish. And fostering innovation by investing in research and development and promoting a culture of entrepreneurship. Encouraging scientific research, technological advancements, and innovative startups will pave the way for a future-ready economy. By focusing on these key areas, India can truly unleash its economic titan and secure a prosperous future for its citizens. Section 9. Conclusion: a marathon, not a sprint. While overtaking the US economy in the near future might be an overly ambitious goal, India's economic trajectory is undoubtedly on the rise. The journey to becoming an economic superpower requires sustained effort, strategic reforms, and a focus on long-term inclusive growth. By addressing its challenges head-on and leveraging its strengths, India can continue its remarkable economic ascent and secure its place as a leading force in the global economy.